getting tired, and we are not even halfway through. This is bad. This was a Tarte gift palette, I think. I bought it last year. It has 4 different palettes. It's kind of a face and eyeshadow palette, but it's also got the single palette that you can put whichever one of these that you choose to take with you in. I think it has a mascara and a lip gloss. I've never done more than this with it yet. 2020, that's all I can say. There was a whole, I did really well in not purchasing makeup for most of the year until right towards the end of the year, and everything kept going on sale. Oh well. Now, we'll get into some more. This is a Pro Glow and Blush by Tarte. This is one that is in the Sunday rotation. It does not mean that it gets used every Sunday. It means that it's in the rotation. And this is another Pro Glow. Hang on, do I have 2 of the same thing? Because that's highly possible. No, I don't. It's highly possible because, yeah, they're 2 different palettes. They're 2 face palettes. I'm holding them in my hand for some reason. This is a Tartless Pro Palette. I've had it for I couldn't tell you how long. It's another fun palette. It's another one that just kind of came into my world because it was cute and I liked it. And that's all. That's just the only way I can say it. This is the Tartless Pro remixed. I've used it a few times. I like it. I like Tarte shadows. That's just me. If you don't, that's cool. Everybody's allowed to have their opinions. Okay. Now, we'll move on to, I have so many different Tarte palettes that it's ridiculous. I don't care. This is the Tartelette bigger palette, and I think I was mistaken. No, I wore this one while we were home, but the other, this one travels with me too. I've used it, but it was the palette that I told you that I used on my eyes for my aunt's funeral. Why I'm telling you that, I really don't know, other than just because I actually wore it that time. Okay, I couldn't pass it up. And the funny story with it is, when it was getting ready to launch, I had sent my daughter a picture of it, and we do that from time to time, and it's like, I'll say, here, get me this, and I really don't mean it, but she did, and what happened is actually now back in stock and has been and all that neato stuff. But what my game plan was, I was going to buy one for myself and one for my aunt for Christmas. Well, I bought mine and they went out of stock. And I was like kind of panicking, waiting for them to come back in stock. Well, my daughter bought this palette. So when it came in, she had bought this for me for Christmas. Let me try to block this mirror a little bit. So it kind of alleviated my, oh no, this is a Tartelette Full Bloom. I know I'm going to like it. I mean, that's just a given. But she had bought it for me for Christmas, and she kept teasing me from the time that it came in to Christmas, telling me that I had ruined Christmas. And, like, I really didn't mean to. But because she had the second one, I told her, I said, I'll just buy this one off of you. And saves me from ordering another one and waiting for another one. And I just sent it to my aunt, and we're all happy. 1 second. Okay, we're going to run through the rest of these palettes real quick. Then I'm going to do part 3 because we are nowhere close to even halfway, guys. This is just not good. This is my guilty pleasure. This is my one and only Mcgrath palette.
Which is a 2x2 4 palette.
It is, I can't see it.
Let me read it.
It's
a long word palette.
Divine Rose Luxe Quad. Based on this palette, I wasn't happy with the results of how this did. I'm going to try it again before I pass it on, because one time really isn't an accurate try. Now, back to Tarte. These are backups for my little Tarts. My aunt has all 3 of these because I sent them to her because, like I said, I wore them to my other aunt's funeral and she really liked them, so I sent her some. This is...
A backup gets a back out.
These are the Rainforest of the Sea Sizzle palettes. Or, I'm sorry, Rainforest of the Sea palettes. I wished I could find the first one, and that's just for collection purposes only. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But it's just, these, I was late to the game. I actually had the first palette, and I gave it away, so.
This
is Sizzle.
This is a 6 palette. This is a 6 circle palette.
Are you sure?
Oh, it's a 7, it's an 8 circle palette, I think.
But yeah, if I could find one, I would get it just for collection purposes. It's not a necessary thing. Like I said, I had it before and I passed it on because it actually was not a palette that I was fond of, but you know, I have the other ones for collection. These are kind of collection more than use. And this is Rainforest by the Sea, the second one.
It is another 8 circle one.
Yep. And you know, that's just collection wise. I may use them at some point in time, but they've been sitting in their little boxes waiting for number 1. Ian has decided to come back and join me, so yeah. You may see duplicate Tarte palettes. There's a lot of them, okay? This is a Tarte.
This is another 2x2 4 palette.
This is a face and eye palette.
Yeah.
I think it was Christmas last year.
This is a 13 palette. That is a 13 palette.
And I'm pretty sure these are backups. This is a Tartlet Toasted. This is
a
Tartlet, the small Tartlet. And I think those are backups. I think I have the bigger ones. I think I have some of those in my travel case. This one, my daughter bought me for Christmas. This was the other palette.
It's gonna be out in a minute.
It is a Tart C Palette.
And it's let me see how
purple,
many there is.
Purple and pink tones.
Let me count by 4. 4, 8, 12, 13.
Good
Pop.
job.
13 popped when I said 13.
Good job.
Pop.
Okay, now I'm gonna take a minute and put all this away, and we'll be back with part 3.